Chances are you are probably familiar with the ADL, or the Anti-Defamation League, famous for such hits as defending Elon Musk when he did a Nazi salute at the inauguration. Jonathan Greenblatt, the CEO of the ADL, recently went on CNN to discuss the recent shooting and killing of two Israeli embassy staffers. And he had some interesting ideas about what is to blame for this killing, or rather, who is to blame. Here is a little bit of what Jonathan Greenblatt had to say.
Those who tell us that anti Zionism is a legitimate political ideology, it's not. Those who say that chanting intifada revolution is legitimate, it's not. I'm thinking about the New York Times doing a gauzy profile a few weeks ago of this gamer, Hasan, who regularly employs awful genocidal rhetoric against Jewish people in the Jewish state. Like, extremists should not be empowered. People who spout prejudice should not be platformed. This is a moment when we need to look ourselves in the mirror and say, we've got to stop this because the consequences are deadly.
Taking a moment to point out that he said anti Zionism is not legitimate, which is an insane thing to say as far as I am concerned. On top of that, if you're familiar with Hasan at all, you know that what Jonathan Greenblatt said here is simply untrue. People have lied about what Hasan says and what Hasan believes in the past plenty of times. But this was a particularly egregious lie to tell, and an insane one to tell on CNN at that. The problem here is that it's not just Jonathan Greenblatt. In a post on Twitter by this guy, whose name I personally don't even want to attempt to try and say, so I'm not going to, but he made a post saying, breaking, Hasan Piker, hailed by the New York Times as the future of progressivism, tells his audience that the DC attack might have been a false flag, then immediately says, the guy was genuine with his actions. This is glorification of terrorism. Since the clip is only about 30 seconds long, I will go ahead and play it for you, and you can make your own judgments on what Hasan says and what Hasan believes.
But like the I'm not Mr. False Flag at all, but like every single thing that he did in the aftermath of the shooting is so fucking crazy that it's like you could not have fucking designed a incident like this. You could not have designed a better false flag incident like this. I'm not saying it is a false flag incident at all. I'm not saying that. I think this is just a one dude who is genuine in his actions and maybe, you know, a little bit brain broken. Okay.
For anyone who didn't catch it, he is not himself saying that it is a false flag. He is saying that he understands why people think it is a false flag. He says that he thinks the guy was genuine in his actions, meaning that he was doing this because he genuinely believed in what he was doing, not to glorify terrorism as this person says. And if you read the manifesto that the shooter wrote, you will come to the same conclusion. Hasan is no stranger to this kind of attack, to people lying about him, but we are moving into a reality where narrative matters far more than truth does. There are a lot of people in the replies to this tweet who either didn't watch the clip or don't like Hasan and just want to attack him because they can. While I was making this video, Hasan was temporarily suspended from Twitch for looking at the shooter's manifesto. It's hard to say if this is just Twitch enforcing its rules or if this is a response to the backlash that Hasan has been receiving lately. Twitch has been known to occasionally fold when it comes to public pressure. I personally lean towards this being Twitch's attempt to get ahead of any mass campaign that could arise to try and deplatform Hasan. This way, they can basically cover their ass, and if there is any campaign that arises, they can say that they did in fact punish Hasan. And when you look at the reason that Hasan was banned, it says improper handling of terrorist propaganda. Examples of violative conduct include, but are not limited to, showing a violent extremist manifesto on stream while denouncing it. So you can't even show a manifesto on stream and be critical of it. You can't show them on stream at all. Twitch ultimately gets to decide what it wants to do with its platform, but this is not a great sign, and especially with things going as they are as of late, I do have concerns that Twitch will start to fold more and more when it comes to public pressure, especially if that public pressure starts coming from the administration or the government, which in the current environment is not so far out of the realm of possibility. I suspect as time goes on, the narrative will be Hasan was banned from Twitch because he read the manifesto and was not critical of it at all, and that he's actually supportive of the shooter and all sorts of stuff like that. In his tweet announcing the suspension, Hasan says, I believe this is a bad policy for news and press freedom. And I think he's right. So while groups like the ADL continue to try and get Hasan deplatformed, we can only wait and see what Twitch ultimately decides to do and if they decide to continue caving to pressure from pro Zionist entities and the right in general. And I will likely continue to talk about it. So if you want to stick around and not miss a video, feel free to hit that subscribe button. If you liked the video, give it a like, and let me know down below. Do you think Twitch is going to continue to cave to public pressure and public pushback? I hope not, but people have been doing a lot of caving these days. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself. Free Palestine, and goodbye.